Animal Crossing is one of, if not the most coziest game out there. It is one of my favorite games to play when I just need to sit down and just take a break from the world and enjoy just some cute music, fun games, fun little tasks that I have to do. And there's so many characters in this world, and I just have always wanted to design some of humanoid versions of these animals. I wasn't lucky enough to grow up with this game, but when I first started playing New Horizon in peak COVID, I immediately fell in love with this game. Hi, my name is Plumeria. If you're new here, I am a character artist and illustrator. I try to challenge myself by picking different topics to design characters with and explore and showcase my design. In this video, I'm challenging myself to design humanoid versions of some of my favorite characters from Animal Crossing. First up is my all-time favorite Animal Crossing character, and that's Coco. Now, she's always had such a weird design, but that was immediately what drew me to her, is I just love her odd and almost unnatural kind of characteristics. In the game, she has the normal personality, which, to break it down, was kind, gentle, calming, shy, and easy to get along. I wanted to kind of make her game design just a little bit elevated with this humanoid version, with adding just a little bit more to make it a little bit more eye-catching. And don't get me wrong, I love her simplicity in the game, but I just wanted a little more. I also love seeing the photos and in my own game, her sitting under a tree with while reading a book, and it's just the cutest thing ever. So of course, when I was coming up with the concept, I had to add her holding a book. How would I not? It's just, her and a book are the perfect pair. I couldn't figure out how to do her hair. I did a couple different varieties of bangs and ponytails and buns. I ended up sticking to the double ponytails to kind of simulate her bunny ears. It's pretty basic, but I think it fits her so well. It fits the characteristics and everything that I was fine with it. She's like a giant gyroid, so I of course added the freckles onto her skin to make it look like the sandy stone clay of the gyroids. I don't know how to say that. Let me know how to say it properly, because every time I looked it up, there was different ways of saying it, so I never know how to say it. I definitely went with a more doll-like approach with her design. I think it just fits her kind of style and concept really well, and I just love this design so much. She's just so cute. I have a childhood doll that looks pretty similar to this, so it's pulling up my comfort strings. In, I believe, my Pokemon video, I talked about how I want more color, and so I've been in the middle of testing other color ways and how to make my colors more vibrant. So here you can see I ended up doing a blue shadow and turned it to a different setting to kind of play and make it a little bit more vibrant. I definitely have been loving it a lot more, and I feel like it's exactly what I was missing. And it looks so good, and I love the brighter colors. I feel like just that subtle change in the way I color just really pops everything. I also added some texture into the dress just so it doesn't look so flat. Since everything else is quite simple, I wanted a little bit of that texture to kind of make it a little bit more cohesive and not as flat, even though my character is a two-dimensional drawing. For a little extra pop of color, I ended up going with a blue book cover just to make it a little bit more of variety than just the earth tones. And here's the final design of Coco. I absolutely love this design. Next character I decided to do is not actually one of the ones that you can find, but it's one of the helpers. I absolutely love the Able sisters so much, specifically Mabel. She's just so cute, she's so energetic, she just comes running and greets you at the door. It's just the cutest thing ever, so I of course had to draw her in this video. I ended up going for a very flowy, energetic, very earthy and greeting kind of pose, just to be like, she will hug you at any moment's notice. Didn't know exactly where I wanted to take her outfit. With her only in-game wearing an apron, I kind of had a little bit more of a free reign to do whatever. I ended up going with a cute sweater and some really baggy jeans. She gives me more of like a tomboyish kind of vibe, so I wanted to play with that she wears more clothing that is comfortable and flowy for her to move around, something she won't get like irritated from long wear. And I couldn't pass up on doing spiky hair to match her quills in the back of her head. With being a hedgehog, it was like, it's a no-brainer. To play in the creativity side of her and her siblings being fashion designers and tailors, I ended up adding little patches on the bottom of her pants just to show that she's creative and she likes to make things and change things, and it's just like a tiny little nod to it, but it's something so simple and so cute. I've done this to a couple of my pants and it always turns out so great. Out of all the helpful characters on the island, I think Mabel is one of my favorites. She's just so cute. I was really close to doing Celeste as well. I do hope to draw her at some point. That'll be on the next one. Maybe I'll do one of all just the help characters. Maybe not all, but like maybe a couple of them. I went for a very like monochrome palette because she's so blue. I wanted to go with that like various shades of blues, and of course the staple apron. I had a little bit of an issue with it because I've drawn them getting them a couple times, but this one I couldn't decide what was working, what wasn't. I did end up getting it to a point where I was really happy with it. The colors are really pretty. I added the little orange from her cheeks into little hairpins. I thought it was such a fun idea. I also went with a little bit more of a red-orange blush to kind of play into her bright orange cheeks, which I thought was also really cool. And the red-orange, actually it looks really good, so I don't think it'll be the last time I use it. I've been really loving adding texture to all of the clothing when I draw these characters. It just somehow elevates the drawing so much more, and you don't realize it until you do it. So if you are considering adding more texture, I definitely recommend it. It looks amazing. I love this final design of Mabel. She's just so cute, and I'm definitely going to draw her again because I just love this design. The final character I decided to draw was Stitches. I've been really struggling to draw guys. I don't know, they always look the same. So I'm trying to get better at them. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick a guy character so I have a little bit of a variety. I had a lot of fun looking up outfit ideas for this one. He has such a very bright and vibrant style, and being like a teddy bear, it was so fun to look at all the like almost clown core like art kit aesthetics with all of the fun patterns, the colors, all of that, the layers. I originally was going to try doing a long sleeve, but I later ended up turning it into a short sleeve just because I thought it fit a little bit better and added a little bit more shape instead of being just like all straight and long compared to others. I also added ears onto the hat. I thought it was just such a cute little nod to the game design, and it's just such a like, I see those hats everywhere. They are so cute, and I personally need one. I'm still on the hunt to try find Stitches for my own island, but I had no idea that he had the lazy personality. And honestly, I love that he loves food. That's a great characteristics. Food's great. But he loves relaxing hobbies, he's friendly, and he loves fishing and bug catching. So I of course added the star bug catcher, which is my personal fave bug catcher. I always have this one in my own game. But I thought it was like a fun idea to add it. I'm kind of wishing I did that with Mabel. I added something that nod to what she's passionate about, like I did with Coco, but it's okay. They ended up looking really good. But I thought it was a fun idea to add just that little bit of like game design into it, a little bit more than what I had already. I had so much fun when it came to coloring. I pretty much color picked for the sweater vest, mainly because it's the main thing from his character design. But then I had a fun playing around with textures and other colors and picking from various parts that you possibly might miss. I had so much fun figuring out which went where. It's pretty similar to his game design, but just having that fun in playing around with it. It's hard to see here, but you'll see it in the up close. I also added the little X's in his eyes to be like the similar of the stitching on his game design, which I thought was a fun little tiny detail which can easily be missed. I even miss it at some points. Really happy with the final design of Stitches. He really gives me that like almost street artist kind of energy to his final. Here are all three of the final designs. I love them so much. They're so cute. I feel like I did the humanoid versions very well, and I'm really proud of myself with that. And I really want to do more of these. I have a huge list of characters that I want to tackle, so please, if you have any recommendations of characters you want to see in my style, let me know in the comments below. I check them all the time. I reply to your comments as much as I can. I really appreciate all of the support I've gotten recently on this account. Literally, thank you so much. Until next time, have a wonderful day, morning, evening, whatever time it is, and I'll see you later. Bye!